If you've ever hit record and play to catch a song off the radio, or if you've ever learned guitar from a tab in Kerrang, if your first band practice was in someone's mum's garage with a busted amp and half a drum kit, then you already know, Gen X musicians, we're a different breed. We grew up analog and we watched the world go digital. The first kids of the internet era who lived DIY before it was a hashtag. We weren't just making music, we were forging our identity. And that matters now more than ever, because when today's creativity is being squeezed by algorithms and the pressure for perfection, we're the ones who remember what made music feel real. So, in this video, I'm sharing 10 things that only Gen X musicians truly understand, and why those mindsets, those analog world skills, might just be the keys to creative freedom today. And stick around till the end, because the last one is the reason we're not done yet, and I might even have a spinal tap moment for you. While you're here, hit like, subscribe and drop a comment with your best Gen X music memory. I want to hear them all. Number 1. Mixtapes were emotional architecture. You see, we didn't just make playlists, we made statements, handcrafted soundtracks to your soul, or someone else's. Timing a radio recording to miss the DJ's voice, well, that was a skill. Putting the right song in the right order, that was emotional design. There was no drag and drop. If you got it wrong, you had to start again, in real time. Now we swipe past songs in seconds, but back then music had weight. We chose an album, queued up the needle, let the music play the way the artist wanted us to hear it, in the order they chose. And that deliberate curation, that act of emotional architecture, still shapes how we build our creative worlds. Music is life, and life needs a soundtrack. Number 2. We learned recording by breaking things. Before Doors, we had 4 tracks, or friends who did. Bouncing tracks, hiss everywhere, but you felt like a magician, building something from nothing, even if there was more hiss than music. We didn't have unlimited takes. That taught us commitment and creativity under constraint. There is a realism to not having every effect and every option alongside unlimited takes, something today's unlimited undo button cannot teach. Number 3. We sang without auto-tune even when we shouldn't have. Our takes were raw and sometimes rough, but you meant every note, and that's what people connected to. These days, polish is everywhere, but soul is rare. We broke cassettes and wore out vinyl to repeat a part we could not master. Now YouTube breaks it down and serves it to you in easily digestible bite-sized chunks. Gen X musicians know emotion beats perfection every day of the week, but so much today is soulless and emotionless. Today's listeners are adrift in a sea of bland, mediocre perfection. Number 4. We found music through magazines, not algorithms. You circled bands' names, taped posters to walls, cut out magazines and created collages on mirrors and doors. We waited weeks to hear the thing you just read about. Discovery wasn't fast, it was earned, and that gave it value. We bring that same deep attention to how we write, record and listen. Number 5. Genre wasn't a tag, it was an identity. You didn't just listen to punk, goth, metal or hip-hop. You wore it, you lived it. Your friends, your fashion, your worldview, all filtered through music. Now everything blends, and that's cool. You get amazing music that blends genres like Youngblood and Ren, but Gen X understands how sound can shape self, and Gen X shaped those great musicians of today. Number 6. Music videos were ritual. You waited for them, you planned your night around them, and finding the video of a song you heard on the radio, well, that was like gold dust. Headbangers Ball, 120 Minutes, The Chart Show. Seeing a new video wasn't background noise, it was a moment you taped and then shared with friends behind closed doors over a smoke and a beer. Or maybe a Ribena for those long all-night sessions when the throat had dried out. Now, it's just another scroll. But we remember what it means to be captivated. And we want that feeling back. We want to give that feeling back to our listeners. Number 7, gear was scarce and sacred. There was no instant cart checkout. You saved up, you hunted, you traded. Every pedal, every preamp meant something. We didn't have unlimited reviews of cheap gear delivered by next day delivery. We sought reviews in magazines and from friends, then tracked them down in a shop that stocked that particular item. Now we're drowning in options, but still searching for magic. Gen X musicians know the magic comes from you, not your plugin folder. Number 8. Our heroes were unfiltered and a little bit dangerous. Our idols weren't safe, they weren't clean, they weren't products. They said the wrong thing, wore the wrong thing. They were unfiltered and alive in the moment, and that's why we loved them. Our favourite videos got banned and then played on late night TV once in a blue moon. Girls on Film, Relax, Two Tribes, Girls, Girls, Girls. God Save the Queen. We didn't want perfection. We wanted truth. We wanted rebellion. We grew up knowing art was supposed to shake the foundations of the world. That's still what we crave now, in the artists we follow and in ourselves. Number 9. We built bands in bedrooms and movements by fanzine. Before Pro Tools and Photoshop and email, there was a notepad and a Sharpie, a stack of flyers and the postal service. We rehearsed in basements, played to 3 people in garages, schools, in your mum's basement, and still we called it a scene. We met the fans, or the fan. We lived in the moment and not through a camera lens. We connected with real people in the real world, and that is irreplaceable. That DIY spirit, it's still in us. Now, we've got better tools, but our soul hasn't changed. Number 10. We thought our time was over, but it was just on pause. The music industry told us we were done at 25. We thought we'd be dead by the time we hit 30, so we stopped, got jobs, raised kids. But the music never left, and we never died. Now, we're back. Not for fame, not for followers, but because the music matters. Because music is how we feel, how we remember, how we rebel quietly in a world that somehow forgot how to. If any of that hit home, welcome back. There's a whole generation of us waking up again, dusting off the gear and making creativity ours this time. No pressure, just joy. So, which parts resonated with you? What memories did I miss? Drop a comment. I read everyone. And if you're ready to rediscover the joy of creating without the hustle, or just need a dose of something real, hit subscribe. We're building something honest here, and you're invited. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you next week. Oh, before you go, because Spinal Tap taught us everything has to go to 11, I have one more just for you. Let's be real, Gen X musicians never just played music. We cranked it, we broke strings, blew speakers, we believed louder was better, and sometimes it was. Although our tinnitus might beg to differ, because turning it up wasn't about volume. It was about feeling. Turning it up to 11 meant giving it everything. No irony, no apology, just heart, sweat and distortion. And you know what? That passion still lives in us, even if these days we also bring earplugs.